Last time we went from holding a single county to uniting all of New England and reforming our Fathomless faith. The next step is restoring America. While we do have control over our vassals and plenty of money and soldiers, our character is old. When he dies, we will probably lose a lot of our strength. Thankfully, Paul has completed the fitness expert tree and has the Herculean trait, so he will live a while yet. But I wasted no time and I used the invasion CB to conquer Honia. Because that CB allows you to personally take any county you occupy in addition to vassalizing the kingdom, I tried capturing as many castles as I could, even letting them occupy my counties so that they could get some war score, allowing me to take more of their stuff before I win the war. Still, when the war was done, most of Honia was controlled by its old nobility. Since they would never be loyal, I started revoking their titles one by one. Eventually they all rebelled, causing me to fight a second war against Honia. This time against all the individual dukes and counts instead of just the king. But I was able to win and replace them with Fathomless Chowder Folk. Now, the Chowder Folk culture is pretty decent. It starts with control over some pretty high development counties, allowing us to be reasonably high-tech. But the neighboring Gothamite culture controls the highest development counties in the game. After having my steward raise our tolerance and holding a cultural festival, I hybridize with them, keeping all the best traditions of our two cultures and getting rid of the worst. Hybridizing with the Gothamites propelled us from the Silver into the Gilded Age, and since our new Innsmouthite culture controls only the highest development counties, our innovation progress speed is hugely increased. Now that Honia is under our control, we can continue our expansion. The Deschere kingdom is weaker than us, and it's the only Protestant realm in the area, making them a perfect target for a great holy war. I was able to win easily enough, and since the Holy War CB gives you all counties directly, I didn't have to deal with the rebellious nobility like in Honia. I did have to put down a big peasant uprising, but that was no trouble. The Fathomless faith considers the Deep Ones to be demons, and Cthulhu is a kind of a devil figure. So even though we believe in them, we don't technically worship them. But when I reformed the faith, I made witchcraft accepted, and now I was able to become a witch, and if I can convert most of my dynasty, I would be able to form a coven. Covens allow you to perform a rite once in a while, and through them get bonuses. But more importantly for me, I now actually worship the Deep Ones. Since my dynasty is still small, I was easily able to convert most of them and form a coven. So I was finally part of an actual Cthulhu cult. A funny thing happened then. A tiny Dutch AtE realm that I had no interest in offered me a huge sum in exchange for a truce. They even went into debt to come up with the money. I used that money to throw a legendary feast. My character had a holy legend seed from reforming Fathomless. That feast helped push me over the 300 county requirement for a level 3 legend, giving me access to some powerful decisions. I had expanded along the coast, conquering a duchy here, a county there, until I hit the Kingdom of the Old Dominion. It was the last Americanist realm on the East Coast except Washington. And now I was able to do another great holy war thanks to the reassert holy mission decision. I declared war on them and wanted to win with just my men-at-arms to save money. They avoided my army by sailing to Delaware. Instead of diverting my men-at-arms and prolonging the war, I simply raised my levy and smashed them against the enemy. The war was won soon after. By using the Evangelize to the Realm decision, I converted most of my empire, including the Old Dominion, to Fathomless. That prevented any peasant revolt that I might have had to deal with otherwise. Since Great Holy Wars are so useful, I reformed the Innsmouthite culture to have the by the sword tradition. In future, it would allow me to declare as many Great Holy Wars as I want with one character. Paul had a good run. He lived until the age of 91. When he was succeeded by his relatively young and capable grandson Doyle. As Emperor Doyle, I had to fight off a couple of rebellions, and I had to temporarily lower crown authority, but I was able to hold on to most of my power. That's when the Calvert Appeal happened, an event that often causes the Holy Columbian Commonwealth to implode. and since they held the land I needed to reform America, I attacked them as soon as I could. They were so distracted that by the time their army showed up, I had already occupied half the target kingdom. All they could muster up was some 5,000 troops. Suffice it to say, it wasn't enough. I assassinated the HCC Emperor to end our truce, and I declared war for the Kingdom of Palmetto. This war was even easier than the last. I finally had what I needed to reform America. As the Emperor of the United States, I'm the most powerful character on the map. But America once ruled everything from the east to the west coast, and we have some unique decisions to help make that happen again. But that's for another video. My name has been Michael, and I'll see you next time.